Okay. Let me make sure that we're on. Make sure we're all good. I probably won't do the countdown thing because it's gonna look weird because it shows us first and then countdown is super weird.
F
Let
the
me make
countdown.
sure real quick that we are live.
We are live. I just got on the alert. I don't know if it's working or not, if they see us, but we are
Okay,
live.
cool. Yeah. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone.
Oh
We
yeah,
are
we are
live.
live.
Age of Men podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. Welcome back. We got a great show for you guys tonight. Definitely got a great show and some videos to react to. Lots of things to talk about. We have a guest on for tonight as well. So do hit that like video. Do hit subscribe if you have not subscribed already. We appreciate you guys. Share this video out. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys. God bless you all. Nick, how's it feel to be back?
It feels amazing.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know, Nick was actually sick.
Nick,
Uh,
good to be back.
yeah, an episode ago. I think, yeah, matter of fact, 2 episodes before Nick was kind of feeling under the weather now, and then he was sick last week, the last time. So now he's back. So, Nick, welcome back, man.
It's great to be back, Julius. I see our people out in the chat. I see Michelle. I see Nikki. Michelle says she's going to stream it for us in her Discord, which is always popping. It's great to
Nice,
be out
nice.
here with you guys.
Yeah, and thank you. Shout out to Michelle too, man. Appreciate you for doing that. It really means a lot. So it definitely helps out the stream. So let's get into it, man. Let's introduce you guys to our guests. We got the man, we got the myth, we got not only the legend, but this is somebody that you guys are gonna your minds will be blown. The knowledge this man has is just so amazing. Like you guys, if you don't follow him on Instagram, you guys are missing out on great conversations all the time. So, real quick, before I get you to the introduction, let me go ahead and just do this real quick. Let me make sure I got the screen working. Hold on, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. We already got some technical difficulties over here, but
Don't worry about it, Julius. Julius is always holding it down for us, folks. This is the man, the myth, the legend, my good friend, the heartbreaker, the one and only Paulie.
How y'all doing, man? I'm Polly
we got
804 RVO
everyone else.
on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah, what's your
Polly 804 RVA.
Paulie
Oh, hold on.
804 RVA? Julius is having a lot of technical. Julius, or Trey, bear with us. What did you say? It's Paulie 804 on Instagram?
Polly 804 RVA.
RVA.
Yeah,
Which
Yes,
stands for Richmond, West Virginia, right? Or Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond, Virginia. Facts.
nice.
Born and raised.
Yes, make sure you guys go follow him. Polly, if you want to let the folks know who you are, what you're about, I want to kind of get to know you, how the folks get to know you as well. So tell us about yourself, man.
All right, so I'm 34 years old. Um, I'm a polygamous man. I I date multiple women. I'm gonna marry multiple women, and I feel like it's really the key to solving a lot of the issues that we have as a lower class community.
Do you mind explaining that? I think you said yesterday something about a monogamous man is a.
He's not living with integrity.
And that's why.
Well, it's basically because a man. I mean, I'm talking most men. I'm not talking about every single man. First of all,
Not all,
but
but most.
not all, but most. Most men, they absolutely know that they're gonna have sex with more than one woman before they die. And I say that if a man should take a woman's body, or she offer her body to him, that is the most sacred thing you could ever offer someone. And I say that for every woman that offers you her body, you should offer her your protection, your provision, your commitment, and your ring.
Okay, so let me go ahead and ask you this too. Because you say polygamy, to kind of give little details like what is it about polygamous? Because we see that nowadays it's becoming like a huge trend now within this red pill community, sphere space. Like
Because of guys like him. Because of guys like him.
people weren't talking about polygamy maybe like a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So what makes polygamy such a trend thing now? And why is it that we've been done with monogamy for so long?
Well, I think that now a lot of men are starting to wake up to themselves. It's like once you start doing shadow work, you start to realize it's easier to work with yourself than against yourself. And I think the monogamy thing has been stamped onto our society through the legal system, and it's by a means of control. Because you'll notice that a monogamous couple can never amass the same kind of wealth on average that a polygamous couple can.
That only makes sense to common sense, because think about it. More people working towards the same end would have better results than two people.
Facts.
Yeah, matter of fact,
Okay.
it's something that, and look, I'll be the first to say I always say this, so this may make me a little bit soft. I don't know, call it what you wanted, but believe me, it's not my thing. Maybe because I'm not at a place to do it. But what I've always been asked the question of, and nobody's ever seemed to kind of combat this or challenge me on it, but I always ask, if monogamy worked, why is there a 70 to 80% of divorces that are initiated by women, and why are marriages failing if monogamy worked? And I never had that question answered or challenged. It's always just like, well, why do you need multiple women? I'm like, I'm not saying I do. I'm just saying, people that want to do it, because there was an article that says that 92% of polygamy relationships do fail. And I'm like, well, the 8% got it right. So what are they doing that 92 is not? So I kind of like try to challenge people on that. Again, it's not really my thing, but I'm just always wondering, if monogamy really worked, then why in the U.S. are we failing in relationships with marriages? And the fact that women are 80% to initiate it, and especially with those who have degrees, those who make money, according to Forbes, if a woman earn more than the man in a monogamous relationship, she's 40% more likely to lead the relationship. If she's educated, it's a lot higher. So that's my question towards you, is that, or at least my statement to talk to you about, is that I never been challenged on that, to understand that if if monogamy does work, then why are the divorce rates so high?
Well, let me ask you a question off of that towards Trey, because I get what you're saying totally, and I don't think Trey would have an answer for that because he doesn't believe it works. So Trey, it takes a certain kind of man or situation to make, and women, frankly, to make polygamy work, right? It's not necessarily the easiest thing to pull off.
In order for polygamy to work, like, the man has to know himself. He has to know what a man is. If he doesn't know himself, he is not ready for even a relationship with a monogamous relationship. Once the man knows himself, that is the relationship. You don't have a relationship. A man could be by himself, be single, and that's the relationship. The man is the relationship. He's offering. That's what he has to offer. You understand?
I do. So, yeah, go on. It's man.
And it's like, I just think that when it comes to a man's nature, if he was honest with himself, if he had 100 options, he would not choose one. He would choose multiple. Only men that would choose one option is those with a couple of options. And those options like put pressure on you to only choose them. If your option didn't put pressure on you to only choose that option, you would choose multiple options.
Okay.
Just imagine if you were forced to only eat Cheerios. You would be like, why the hell can't I have some fucking Frosted Flakes? You know what I'm saying? If you had the option to have Cheerios and Frosted Flakes, you would have both. It just makes common sense, So
why do you think that there are so many women and even some men who are totally against it? Like, what are they not seeing with the polygamy relationship? Like, what are they missing from it?
They're missing because they're not seeing frivolous sex as having no integrity. They think having sex just for pleasure is perfectly fine and moral. That's the problem. If they would see sex as something deeper than just some pleasure-filled moment, then they would naturally navigate to polygamy.
Interesting. I think that we lost Nick. He's coming back right now. Hang on a second.
I hope I wasn't talking over you guys. I thought our feed died. My bad.
No, you're all good. You dropped out for a second. You dropped out like Kanye West. And now you're back. So, yeah, no, that's interesting to me because you have people who, on the more Christian side, they'll go with monogamy because they follow the Bible and things like that. And I would argue that those who do follow the religion way, I mean that's your thing. You do that, but
The
a lot of
Bible
people
doesn't
don't
say that though.
about monogamy.
Yeah, the Bible, the New Testament kind of pushes monogamy in a certain way, but the real Bible, the Old Testament or the Torah, it doesn't say that. It just says it's against adultery, not marrying multiple wives.
Yeah, dude, King Solomon, there's countless examples of like the most powerful godly men in the Bible having a bunch of wives.
Interesting.
Doesn't seem like it's a sin. It's certainly not one of the 10 deadly, the 10 commandments.
I believe you shouldn't practice adultery, but I don't believe that you should only have one wife.
What do you say to this? I just want to say, Charlie, in the comments, that desire doesn't always make it right or sustainable long term.
But see, and this is where I think that the disconnect comes from. I think that when people look at, and mind you, I'm trying to see both sides of this. And so I think that and I get what Charlie is saying too. That's why I asked about the whole Christian thing, because I know some folks who follow that type of way to be man, woman, child, because God, Christ, man, woman, child. But when you look at polygamy, I think people take polygamy and think that it's a lustful thing versus it being a structural
responsible thing. Yeah, structural responsibility. And this guy will compel you when he lands his plane. I think that he's based in a sense of he has a tenet, a philosophy, a morality, I would say, and it's logically consistent. I mean, I've done him for a long time. I asked him a lot of questions just to see where he's at, and it's thought through and it's logically consistent. I will say that. It's not just based on some lustful thing. In fact, he can make the argument, like you said, monogamy is kind of based in sincerity, or what was the word you used? In something. Some men are monogamous. When they're monogamous, they are. I don't know, some I word you said, but yeah.
Yo, what's up, Nick G? Charlie? I see y'all in the comments.
I mean, that's always been like. I mean, that's right now. That's the topic of debate. That's been really the most debatable when it comes to relationships. I think a lot of people just cannot handle. This is what I tend to think. I think that people, especially women, and there's even men, but I'll just talk about women real quick, not to bash on females. I'm just having the conversation. I think that most women are, I don't want to say afraid, but they're intimidated by men having multiple women because maybe they're no longer special in that man's eye because there's another woman.
That's not it. I know the real reason.
Tell us, Trey.
The real reason is because they can't control you. They want order and control over you and your penis. And they know the main way to have that is if someone else doesn't have access to it.
Interesting. That's kind of what I was leaning to. I mean, I didn't like saying those words, but I'm kind of I'm basically leaning to that, basically like going to that, because that's what I mean. It's like she's not that one. You know what I mean? Like she's not the one that can like. Because if you think about it, man, like if you think about it with monogamy, there is a sense of control. You know what I mean? There's that sense of like happy wife, happy life. And men follow that. And it's like right there. That's control right there. Happy wife, happy life. But where's the husband on this? You know what I mean? Like, why isn't that happy husband, happy wife versus happy wife, happy life? Why does she get all the everything versus happy husband, happy wife? And even if you say it backwards, happy wife, happy husband, that's equality right there. That's the equality. When it's happy husband, happy wife. If it's just happy wife, happy life, there's no equality. There's inequality. Now the women say, make me happy, even though the guy's out there working half a day, if not a whole day, just to come home to hear more nagging.
Well, he's compromising his mating strategy in favor of her strategy. I think Trey can expand on that. The reason, let me just say real quick, I am not necessarily a polygamist, but I will say that I'm not committing to any woman monogamously for this reason, especially. Women, if you give them the power, I'm not going to be with anybody else sexually or whatever. They now have the leverage to use sex as a weapon and withhold it from you and make you do things to their will against your own so that you can get some sex. And because of that, I always have what I'm not going to be monogamous in the sense that, okay, you don't want to have sex with me? Well, I'm going to be having sex, so I'm going to go get it somewhere else. And then suddenly they stop acting that way.
Because listen, it's as simple as this. Say I'm providing a house and a car, and you're providing me with the things I need to be provided with, which includes sex. If you was to take sex away from me, would it be fair that I kick you out of my house and not allow you to use my car as long as you're not willing to have sex with me? It wouldn't be fair. I would be seen as a dickhead. And so because of these reasons, you have to give a man sex that is providing these things for you. And oftentimes women say, no, the fuck I don't. I can choose at any point in time to fuck whoever I want to. And if I'm not happy with what you're saying or doing, I don't have to give you shit. And it's vice versa. If I'm not happy with what you're saying or doing, I don't have to give you shit either.
Love it.
That's how it goes. And so to have multiple women means that you will have a coalition of respect. Those women check other women when they are wrong.
Yes.
Especially when it's about the nigga that they fucking.
Ooh.
Well, you said
to say nigga, I'm sorry. Oh wait, you know what?
You're allowed to speak your mind, dude. Don't censor yourself.
That they fucking.
Time to get Rumble, guys. No.
Yeah, we're gonna jump over to Rumble on YouTube now.
We gotta get a Rumble account. Move the Rumble. No.
Sorry, YouTube. He didn't mean that, YouTube.
No, but I think it's interesting. I mean, again, like I think to me that the polyamorous relationship, I think it's very interesting to me because you said something, Polly, about the women will check other women, and one thing I realized is that when a man is capable of having multiple women, that really does show the respect on the man because he's able to acquire that, and I think that him able to do that and have the women actually accept that, meaning like. That's why when people ask like who's the prize, male or female, they'll say females are the prize. When you ask them what they bring to the table, there's really not much. I mean, like I'm not trying to say females are not they're useless. What I'm just trying to say is that if because you often hear women say things like, well, a man has to provide, he has to do this. It's always a has to do that. But then when we ask the woman to do one thing, it's always like, well, why do you want that? Well, could you just tell me I have to do this? So when I expect one thing from you, it's like you expect me to do many things. I just have one expectation from you. I can't even get that one thing. So it's that's why this whole thing is interesting to me. Like this whole just the relationship, the modern dating today, it's fascinating to me. Just how the mindset works. Again, people would think that we're bashing female, but we're really not. I mean, we're talking about men and women here.
I do, in the way that I feel and believe. I do think that the females are the prize.
Why so?
Because you work for them. And the prize is something like you run a race for. And that's exactly what we do when it comes to them. Now, what the problem is that they're seeing us as a prize. And they should see us as men. And they are like holding tight. They're trying to take us and hold us tight closer to them and change us into the type of men that they don't like. And then they go and cheat on us for the men that we used to be.
Yeah, man. Wow. Say louder for the folks in the back.
Because I was gonna say that I would argue that the women would cheat on you when they turn you into the man that they want. Because you gotta think,
exactly.
Because look, you gotta think. See, women are emotional, right? So they want you to be just as emotional as them. They want to bring you down to their level. Then when you get vulnerable, you start to tell how you feel, they can use it against you. And it's like, what do you do? When you start to get to that vulnerability, she's like, I don't like this guy who's sad, weak, pathetic. And then next thing you know, like she's not happy. Now she's looking at Tyrone and Chad. And you're left like, man, like I would argue that the women, that's why when she got with you, she got with the guy that, she didn't change. And that's the guy you got to be all your life because that's the real you. The moment you start to change and get that vulnerability, that's a whole different guy now. That's the guy that's with her. And that's the guy she ends up not liking and ends up leaving you. It's a crazy thing, man. It's just
really
wild.
It's crazy psychology, like for real. And I mean, but it's also the thing that pushes men to be better men. So you have to respect it,
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. No woman wants a man coming home like, babe, I just had the worst day at work, and they want a strong man that they can lean on, and all women will tell you, I want my man to be emotionally available, and then you ask them, well, can he be crying every day or whatever? They're like, well, no. So there's a line there that they're expecting men to walk that's frankly impossible, and I would say, I would not be so emotionally weak in front of your woman. I'll say that emotionally available, expressing that shit because she wants a man that can guide her emotions and keep the ship steady through those emotional. That's what they're looking for. They'll grow to resent you if you end up not being that. If you're anything less than that, they'll go find somebody who is.
That's a good point you just said, Nick, about steering the ship. Because think about it. If I'm a captain of the ship, let's say it's me and my wife, and we have a ship, and I'm the captain, and she's just taking care of all the whatever.
First mate. She's first mate.
Right. Okay. And so I'm captain. She's first mate. And then let's say like there's a big tide coming. It's really bad weather, and I'm like, I don't know if I could do it. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like I run to her and I say, what am I supposed to do? And like the steering wheel's going like this. It's like moving by itself, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? She's like, I don't know. Why you asking me? You know what I mean?
She's like, grab the fucking wheel, jackass, and she does it, and then she grows to resent you for that.
And then all of a sudden, here comes some guy. He's like, help me. He's like, all strong. He pulls himself on the ship. And he's like, you guys in trouble here? She's like, do you see what I mean? Like now I'm like in the background now because now this new guy came in. He's taking the ship. He's steering it. He's like, ahoy over there. I know where he can go. She's like, wow, he knows what he's doing. And here I am going, like trying to figure it out.
You're
like,
being a little beta bitch. You're being a woman. Dude, I would
Yeah.
say that not only do the women want that from, generally speaking, women want that from a man, us men want to be that for women. I say it like this all the time. A man needs a woman to need him.
Yeah.
That's what that drives us, man. When we have a woman who needs us and appreciates us for that, we'll go slay dragons every day, happily wake up and do it again the next.
Facts. So I want to segue into what the thumbnail was. I want to kind of get into that and kind of get you guys' thoughts on that, especially you, Polly. So there's this trend going on. I'm sure it's been happening for quite some time, but now it's starting to be really more prevalent on TikTok where you have these young females, maybe in the 20s, maybe some 30s. I don't know. But there's a lot of young females who are going to the gym. And what they're doing is they're falsely accusing men of staring at them, even though their phone is like right in their direction, and the guy is just standing there, and he happens to glance over, and then they put the caption, like, "Look at him looking at me. Oh my God, I feel unsafe." And it's crazy. So we're gonna go ahead and check out this video from these girls who are recording men in the gym, which is really, really strange. So let me get to this video, and then I'll play it in 1 second.
The audacity of these women, man, it's so transparent too. They don't even realize. It's like, oh my God, look, he's looking at me. He's looking at me. It's like, bitch, you're looking at me with a video camera. Of course I'm going to end up looking over at you. What are you talking about? Stop being so vain, acting like they need the attention. They're dying for attention when they do something like that.
I gotta watch the footage before I make any judgments.
Coming any second, bro.
Yeah, we want to pull it up.
Julius does a lot over there for us folks, by the way. So again, shout out to my co-host, man. He's a good wingman. I'll say that. If the three of us ever got together in real life, watch out, ladies. That's all I'm saying.
We going out. We going to the casino.
I'll be the quiet type. I'll be the one who's always observing.
I need that sometimes, Julius. I need somebody watching my back like that. So I'm glad.
Okay, let me pull up the screen here. Oh, hold on. It's acting up. Hold on, let me try this
Take
now.
your time, buddy. Take your time, buddy. We got it. We'll hold it down. So yeah, Trey. Well, I'll tell you after.
Okay, here we go. So this is a woman accused man of being a creep at the gym. I don't know if I'm talking in between it, but this is what we got so far. So this
Julius,
is
can you make it bigger? Can you make it bigger on YouTube or something?
That's
It's
what
a little
she said.
small. Nice.
All right.
Perfect. Or full screen or whatever you want to do. That's what she said. I'm usually the one saying that. Yeah, that's what she said. Jokes. Julius got me, man.
Okay, so yeah, so this is the video. This is woman accuses man of being a creep at the gym. And here we go.
Once again,
okay, so we're gonna play it back, and I'm gonna take frame by frame, tell you what it says. The first one says,
"That was it. That was it."
Yeah. So then the first one says, "I can't make this up," and then there's a guy walking past her. He just looking. She's just she's fiddling with something. He just looking, and then she's like, "Huh?" She looks at his way, "Huh?" And then all of a sudden she's still fiddling. She goes, catches him still staring from afar.
And guess what? She looks back at the camera to make sure she's on camera. Look at this.
Right, and then she goes, "There's no way." And then I can't read what it says here; it's kind of blurry, but I'm probably still talking about him. So that's essentially the video where she's recording this guy who's just looking at her, like he just walked past and he's like glancing because she's fiddling with something.
Like she's not a hot chick in gym outfit. Like he casually looks at her. Trey, what's your take on this, man?
Well, yeah. And real quick. If you notice that when she looked behind her, there was a phone behind her. So I'm sure when he was walking past, he saw the phone behind her.
Great point. She's recording this, so she's doing something of interest, maybe. Trey, what's your thoughts before we go on any further?
All right. It's deep. Okay? This is very deep. So, all right. So because women see men's value, they kind of rate it by how many other women see value in you. They subconsciously see value in themselves this way, and this is how they get their validation. And so she is attempting to show others that she is a validated woman. In her personal life, she's probably not getting the validation that she needs to be comfortable with her womanhood.
Amazing. Yeah, bro. Go on, Trey. Go on, man. Tell us more.
No, that's interesting.
I mean, that's just basically my take. She no one like harassed her or anything. She just posted the video because she wanted to show her shape firstly, because all I saw was ass.
Yeah, bro, exactly.
And it's just a validation ploy. She needed to show other women that she is validated as a woman.
She looked really bad doing it though. It was not a good look. We all saw right through it. Very transparent.
Yeah,
it's the equivalent of when the guys get on camera and they flash money and guns.
Yeah, I mean and all of a sudden they get robbed or something like that, and everybody's like, "Oh, I can't believe this happened." Well, when you're on Instagram talking about you got all this money and you live in the area where somebody like probably down the street who's ready to just rob you at any point, what do you think's gonna happen? Like you're flashing money. He's your next door neighbor. He's probably watching on social media as you're doing it, and he's like, "Okay, he flashing money. Hey, he got like what do you say, 5 bands?" So,
Julius, are you saying that this woman in this situation, if we're using Trey's analogy, is basically inviting that kind of attention?
I mean, yes, I'm gonna say yes, and here's the reason why. Because if you're at the gym and you're recording yourself doing like one set and that's it, just to look good on social media, then yeah, you are inviting that attention. Again, if you bring a phone, period, and it's in the spot where somebody can see it, yeah, somebody's gonna look at you. And then what was crazy about what bugs me about this is that you're putting guys. Matter of fact, women talk about consent all the time, but here you are posting men on social media without their consent and framing him as the bad guy, framing him as this creep, framing him as this guy. Imagine if he goes out into the public, somebody says, "Hey, I recognize you. You're that guy that was looking at that girl, you creep, you fascist." Like, you know how crazy they get? So it's like you're putting this guy on the internet with without his consent whatsoever, but yet you're the victim. But yet on your social media, you're gonna sit here and take these sexy photos and say, "Don't objectify me."
I'll take.
Doesn't make any sense.
I say it's okay. As men,
somehow, probably I knew you were gonna say it was okay.
I knew it too. I knew it too.
Always in agreement with women doing this
real.
stuff.
This is the age of men, so I'm not holding back. As
Go, bro.
men, it's great for us to understand the delusion.
Yeah,
delusion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and so this is way that we still get our way. You know, we still get what we want out of any situation when you understand it. You know what I'm saying? Amazing. And so, you know what she wanted, and you could have gave it to her. You understand what I'm saying?
I see. I do.
At the end of the day, that's how it works.
I mean,
they're delusional. They have reason to be too. And be honest, they're naturally feminine, but the whole world, they force them to be masculine. Yeah, so they got reason to be kind of fucked up in the head. You know what I mean?
You told me this before, man. You say that induces a state of cognitive dissonance, which is holding two contradictory things as true in your head at the same time.
Facts. So they fucked up in the head. So we got to understand, like, from a victim point of view, rather than condemning them for their situation. And it when you see the potential in one of them, rather than the failure, you know, it breeds a whole possibility, future optimistic of possibilities, and that's what a relationship is about. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day,
bro, that was fucking beautiful. Pardon my French. Can you tell me this though? I think you've told me there's two different types of women before, and they should all be valued for what they are. Would a woman that has a lot of bodies in her past be in your future as a wife?
Now, I've debated this within my spirits and souls.
Well, I have a feeling he's going to say yes.
I thought so too, Julius. I'm never surprised by this guy.
The conclusion in this day and age, today, where chastity is not valued, women value money over their own bodies. In this day and age, if she was willing to follow me, I would accept her with those bodies. If she understood her positioning, I would accept her with those bodies. It's valuable in this world more than bodies or no bodies, because we don't even have to fuck if you know your positioning.
Okay. Is it fair to say that a man who's polygamous, as long as she knows her place, will accept a woman with a high body count versus a man who's monogamous shouldn't accept a high body count because they're monogamous?
If you're monogamous and she's not a virgin, you're simping.
I'll take it.
You simping, bro. You dealing with 4 and 5, 6, 10, 15. How many bodies she got? You dealing with that many niggas. That's how many people you dealing with in your relationship right now.
Oh, and what? Because of the trauma, or what? Because when she has them, she's gonna be with them forever. Or?
Yeah, it's like, you know how when you get a girlfriend, she starts saying the same words as you, kind of mimicking you, type, like she kind of become you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And when that happen over and over for a woman, she be like 10 different niggas, like, you know what I mean? So she starts saying shit, you like, what the fuck?
No, that's a good point. Let me know if I'm wrong or right on this, but that's a good point because you got to think. You know how they say you are what you eat. I would say you are who you hang around. So if every man has a different personality that she adapts from that, she starts to act like each one of those dudes. So by the time she get to you, she's using this type of wording, this type of slang, if you want to call it, or this type of attitude, or this type of.
It's a little people when you getting fucked. Like, it ain't just hanging out.
Well, of course, it's always deeper when you get.
We hang. Look, we
Get
hang
it
out.
deep.
We can. All three of us can hang out for as long as we want, and we gonna all maintain our independence. I'm not gonna start acting like Nick. Nick not gonna start acting like me. Like, but it's different with your girl because you fucking her, and so she actually becomes you a little bit. Like, literally starts saying and shit, and thinking like you and shit. Like finishing your sentences and shit. Like, you know what I mean?
They want
Like-
to follow your lead. They want to follow your lead as a man, I would argue. So that's why women start to try to mold to become the best woman for that man.
It's deep, bro. It's real deep, bro.
Interesting. It really is, though. I mean, that's why like I like to be out there when I do my man in the street interviews. I like just asking questions and kind of just trying to get to the point of things. I mean, I try to like ask questions to make people kind of to answer a certain way, but I always miss the mark. I'd be forgetting half the question I gotta ask. So, but I did want to bring this up to you guys because as far as how deep it goes, I interviewed this woman when I was doing my man in the street interview, and I was talking about the friend zone because we talk about like how deep things go. So the friend zone, for example, I find it interesting that people have this idea, men and women have this idea that they can be friends. Now, Paulie, I have a feeling that you'll probably like be on board with the friendship because you know how you can utilize it. I'm starting to kind of so you're like totally on board. You don't care. You're just like, hey, as long as you know her place. No, but
like, for us, a friendship is a vetting. We only friends with girls for a little bit.
True.
The friendship stage for men in reality is the vetting stage.
Makes sense, man. That tracks with me. We're not trying to be friends with a girl if you're straight. You're trying to fuck her, vet her. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna show you guys two videos. First, I'm gonna show you what the man says, and I'm gonna tell you what the female says. So here's my question to the man, and I'm gonna play just real quick. Hold on.
And they can see you doing these full interviews at Today with Julius, right, on YouTube.
You said what?
They can see you doing these full interviews, not just the clip at Today with Julius on YouTube.
Oh yeah. The full all my full interviews that I do at the Man in the Street, it's all live. It's on YouTube. I just clip the best ones and put them on TikTok and or YouTube Shorts, which is pretty cool. So it definitely gets a lot of traction on YouTube Shorts.
It's dope, folks. I'm not just saying that because he's my partner in crime.
All right, so here's one I did where I asked a guy about getting out of the friend zone.
How should a guy get out the friend zone? Get out of it? Yeah. Like, let his feelings be known. Like, yo, I'm feeling you. You know, am I only in the friend zone, or is this like? It all depends on the vibe. You gotta go with the vibe. You know what I'm saying? If she's giving signals or mid signals, you know what I'm saying, that dudes pick up on that. You know, so you gotta go with what you know and what you feel. So how does a guy get in the friend zone in the first place? How does a guy get in the friend zone? Honestly, bro, I'm here with you. Females think they control the friend zone, but it's the dude that controls the friend zone. How so? Man, we control the narrative. We just like, I just want to be friends. You my friend. We just friends. You know, we control that. The woman don't control the friend zone. We control the friend zone.
That's really interesting.
That is interesting. That's an interesting take, and I can't wait to hear what Trey thinks about it.
I heard nothing wrong.
Right?
I heard nothing wrong.
Yeah, he sounded on point to me.
Yeah. Like,
so when he says that, because there's always this argument of like, I've heard podcasters say that a man shouldn't be friends with a woman because she would use him for emotion, emotional support, things like that. Usually, with a guy friends with a girl, he just wants to have sex with her. So on that, I'll play you guys the other video where I asked the female kind of essentially the same thing. So let me play this one.
Can't wait.
Okay, what are the questions?
This one got a little more traction. I just posted the other one, so it probably won't get much traction yet, but this one got a little more traction.
You gotta teach me how to do this, Julius. This shit is hard, bro.
The street interviews or what? Oh, the StreamYard?
I don't know how to do none of this shit.
Me neither, bro.
But we're learning it, but I can help you edit. Julius has some things to learn right now.
I know. I'm actually pretty savvy when it comes to this stuff. Honestly, because it's like being a one-man army trying to do this stuff, it gets a little bit difficult. I'm trying to like cut away and then cut back to us. Like if I had a team of people, it'd be looking a lot more sharp and solid, bro. But me, I'm trying to.
We gotta move to the same city, bro.
That's what we've been saying,
Texas, bro.
I know. I
Let's
know.
go to Texas, bro. What's up?
I love that idea.
All right, so here's the video right here of me asking the girls about the. So let me give you a little context. So I was asking these two girls about the guy in the friend zone. Matter of fact, here this is what I'll do. So to give a little bit of context, let me play this first, and then I'll play the other one.
Do you guys have guys or a guy in the friend zone right now?
Yes. Yeah.
Does he want to get with you?
Yes. Yeah.
Amazing.
No.
Why not?
I just don't want to ruin that friendship. That's why. I'd rather keep the friendship than get into something and then have us get ruined.
Wow.
It's not worth it at this point.
How can that friendship get ruined?
I mean, no, a relationship can get ruined over a friendship.
You don't think that him being in the friend zone already ruined the relationship?
Ooh.
I mean, not really.
Not for her.
Yeah. So you see how she's laughing.
Not for her, dude. It
Yeah.
didn't ruin it for her. She's getting all the attention and shit. The only thing she doesn't get is sex, but women can go without that compared to men.
All right, and then here's the next one. So this girl right here with the hat on, she was walking by, and then she saw us interviewing, and then she was like, "What's the question?" And then it goes from here.
Or
Okay, what are the questions?
Well,
He's saying that guys are in the friend zone are they want more. They can't just be your friends. Of course. All they want, that's their biology. They want to smash.
she knows what's up.
Standpoint. Yeah, we can have friends, but at the end of the day, they all want to smash. Mm-hmm. They do. They think with their out their heads.
Who is that girl, Julius? Did you get her number?
I met her, when she walked up, and I was asking her questions and whatnot. She just walked up and wanted to see what we were doing, and I asked her some questions, and then she seemed like she knew what was going on. She knows what's up. I'm sure she still has the female tendencies of making that mistake of saying one thing but doing another. But it seemed like for the most part she had her head on straight. So she was cool though.
So did you get her number? Did you get her number? That's what the people want to know.
No.
No.
That's one thing I don't do. I'm not out to try and get numbers, bro. Look, not trying to get weird, but I gotta mention this. Maybe I don't have to, but I got a daughter. I don't need her watching me be like, "Go get your number." And I don't know.
Honestly, that's probably a good approach too, to stay professional with it and keep the shit going. Because otherwise, you're gonna just get known as the dude trying to get girls out there with a microphone. So that's probably a smart approach.
Honestly, that might make more females actually show up.
I think that doing that type of thing, you can't ask nobody for their number, but if someone throws you a choosing signal, you can kind of slide them a business card or maybe your Instagram and link that way. But if nobody's throwing no choosing signals, I wouldn't overstep no boundaries at all.
Oh no. Well, I mean, I would not that I would do it, but I would argue that it's probably a lot easier than that because, for example, I'll give you a great setup. Let's say a girl walks up and I say, "What would you rate me?" And she's like, "Oh, I think you're a 9." I'm like, "Oh, you want to hang out sometime?" Like, yeah. What's your number? It's that simple.
Do it, dude.
Well, I don't do it because, again, I mean, if I have my kid watching, I don't want to put it out there. And also, too, it's that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to, because a lot of guys do that. I don't want to do that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I don't be the next guy in line. Even though what I'm doing already is what everybody else does, I still try to approach it somewhat differently. So it's not like out there getting phone numbers and whatnot.
You're trying to be professional about it, but let me hear what Trey has to say about that. If you were in Julius's position, would you ever are you worried about your daughter seeing you on camera, maybe hitting on a girl or something like that?
Absolutely not.
I didn't think so.
How else is she gonna understand a man unless she sees me being one?
Sure. No. I get that. I'm not trying. That's why I said I'm not trying to really make it the excuse. But I just choose not to do it because I just don't really I'm not out there trying to get a bunch of numbers. I'm curious to just know.
Yeah, I wouldn't be out there trying to get a bunch of numbers either. I'll be out there trying to do interviews and try to get people to see what the point. My mission statement.
Exactly.
But if while I'm doing this, an attractive woman throws me choosing signals, we're gonna be friends. At least for a little while. I need to know whether or not you valuable enough for me to take it further.
Yeah, and that's the thing is how
that could be your crew over there. Remember, you say it'd be made way easier with a crew over there, right?
Hot take.
Who?
The crew, a production crew.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, no, but hey,
That's your
even
production crew right there.
but even still, it's just I'm not like that's just not my thing. Now, mind you, I'm sure people watching this right now like, oh my God, Julius is soft. It's just not my thing. Like I'm not saying I can't get females. That's not the thing about it. I'm not like arguing that. I'm not opposed to doing that. I'm just saying like for me personally, like again, I like being out there talking to people. If they come up to me afterwards and go, oh my God, we'll see where it goes. But for now, I'm just like. Because you gotta think, man. Like, look. I totally understand. These girls are at the club. I could pull them. They're out here. They came out here to have fun. I totally get that. But I'm just like the fact that I know what you do. I don't need that. Like, you're red flag already. The fact that you're at the club. I don't.
Julius, I understand and respect your approach. But what's interesting here, and Trey always manages to bring an angle I don't consider and have to now. Trey, how do you foresee like a guy like Julius with his standards and morals and whatnot? Making a plausible production team out of women like that?
Well, he could get to know them, see where their interests are, see what they do on a daily basis, and weed them out.
Well, that's why I ask questions. I mean,
so we're saying the same thing here, really. You would keep it open mind. Like that's a smart idea, man. Keep it in mind, like, hey, I might be able to get some girls that might want to help me out easier than dudes might, or something. Who knows if they're talking to you and they like you?
That's what girls are put here to do.
They're
put here to help you.
I mean, is it a hot take though, or is it just something that we know?
It couldn't be. That's a traditional take, but in today's modern world, that's a hot take. You know what I mean? Like you're not allowed to say that.
No, but I would disagree because look, think about it, man. Just really think about this, all right? Let's put away the whole. Well, I don't put away the whole Christian thing, but just as a human being, bro, just think about it. Women are here. Men like women. We want to like have sex with them. No, true. What I'm saying is that we both have these desires. The thing is that both men and women look for a certain thing. The difference is that women look for the strongest thing, whereas a man will look for what the whole saying goes. A woman can have sex with who she wants. A man can have sex with who he can. The ones who are top tier can have the men who are top tier. They're the ones who can have sex with who they want. And the men who are low tier have sex with who they can. Now, am I saying go out there and just have sex? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying we all desire the opposite sex. It's just how it is. You can call yourself 11,000 pronoun, doesn't matter. Your biology is still going to be that instinct is going to be, I want the opposite sex.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. No, the hot take was that he said women are here to be men's helpers. That was hot.
Yeah.
It's common sense to me too, Julius. I hear you, but like in today's day and age, with the Me Too, by the way, see what I'm doing here? I'm tying into the theme, the feminist movement and all that. Saying that is a hot take to these women.
But they secretly want to do that though. Like I would argue, I would argue that every woman secretly wants to do. Because think about it, right? Even the most liberal women, the most feminist or feminist, liberal, whatever the case, the radical ones, even them, when they get a boyfriend or a husband, whatever the case may be, there's some submissiveness there because they want to see their men succeed. They want that man to say no at time to time, to say you are fat in that dress, to say, hey, change your outfit. They want a man to kind of push back because it gives that, ooh, he's pushing back on me. Ooh, like they really want that. The problem is men keep on saying yes to everything, and in their mind, they're programmed happy wife, happy life. So it makes men less men because of it. I know you said men work hard to get the girl, but I think that's an issue because like they're working, so hard to please her that they forget about themselves. So they become less of themselves to make it more about her. If that's what you want to do, fine. But I would just argue.
I didn't say chase a girl or anything like that. What you do is you do you and be on your purpose. And while you're doing that, you're going to see certain women see you and be like, damn, I really want a nigga on his purpose. And they going to send you choosing signals. They might look at you, smile at you, might walk past you a little certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? They want to give you some passive aggressive type shit to let you know, like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm available for you.
Bro, they used to say, I heard a great quote. Back in the day, the woman to try to get the man's attention, see if he's a gentleman, would drop the handkerchief. And he'd come and pick it up for her. Nowadays, the women don't drop the handkerchief. You got to drop the handkerchief, ladies and men. You got to pick it up when it's dropped.
Now they pick up the weight. No.
But
nowadays it's like more telepathic than that. You know what I mean? Like first y'all got a lock. Like there has to be a lockage of eyes. If y'all don't ever lock eyes, it ain't never gonna happen. You gotta look
I
the person
agree with that.
in their face and let them know that you see them as your equal, like equally as valuable.
Valuable,
That's what
right?
that means. That's what that really means. When you look someone in the eyes, you see their essence, and you don't just see, you know what I mean, them.
Bro, they did this experiment where they had like two random people, a bunch of sets of two random people come into a room and just have to, the only rule is you guys have to keep eye contact for the next, I think it's like 10, 15 minutes or some shit like that. And they get to talking, obviously, because you're just looking each other in the eye. And then before you know it, they've all built connections to the point that a lot of them start crying and shit like that. And they all said at the end that they became like really close and they kept connection and shit like that after like 10, 15 minutes staring each other in the eye. I say that to girls all the time. Because it's true. Just look at me in the eye for 10, 15 minutes and we're going to have a deep connection. Guaranteed.
Yeah, I agree.
That is very interesting. I never heard of that joint before, but it sounds like it's possibly real.
Well,
I mean, it's wild. I'll send you a
I would
video.
actually
It's
agree.
wild.
That actually is the thing. Because look, if you, that's one thing that I've always learned with talking to people is to look them in the eye. And when you don't look them in the eye, it kind of shows that like you don't care. And so when you talk, especially when you talk to,
it's not that you don't care. It shows that you're not confident and you don't know yourself.
That's true too. It could be a bunch of things, but it's not.
When someone can't look you in the eye, it's because they feel less valuable than you.
Or they don't respect you, or they don't give a shit to respect you even. Like, there's a couple of things it could be, but it's not good.
Yeah, so that's why I like
respect. I think it's a self thing, bro. It's not. It's not like oh, I don't respect you. With don't respect, they kind of turn their back or do something like that. You know what I'm saying? But when someone can't look you in your eye, it's literally because they feel like you're superior in.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That intimidation. That's why, like, when I'm out to do my interviews, I try to like look the person in the eye while I'm like talking to them because it just. That's why if you notice, like, this is why I mean, look, pay attention. I'm not saying it's all about me. I'm just saying, like, if you look at like when I'm talking to those girls, you can kind of see that eye connection where it's like, okay, he's asking some questions that he's okay. I see what you're doing. You know what I mean? So,
whatever you're doing, keep doing it, man, because it translates. Like people like it. I love it. I dig it.
That's fun. I have a great time doing it. I mean, again, it's like I just like knowing. See, when I'm out there talking to these women and men, I try to just understand, how to help out men who think a certain way. I had one guy argue with me that the man who leads is a construct of gender and things like that. I could tell that his girl's with him. I could tell she walks all over him because when I was asking certain questions, I saw a little smirk on her face. I'm like, I know she knows of what I'm talking about, but this guy over here is like all progressive.
They be actually happy because some men, they get to that point where they feel like this is the epitome of being a man. You know what I'm saying? And they get complacent and comfortable. And after a while, they have to, kind of face the years at the end of it, kind of. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. I just say that to say it nicely, for real.
Well, speaking of betas here, I'm gonna show you guys this video that I found really, really interesting. I'm not gonna lie, Matt Walsh reacted to this. It made me sick to my stomach too. This guy was super beta. I'm gonna tell you why. Again, people watching this, when I play this video, they may not think, they may think, what's wrong with this? There's nothing wrong with this at all. So I'll give it the subject. It's basically a guy who's a stay-at-home husband. And I was like, wait, what? Stay-at-home husband? That was super weird to me. So I'm gonna play this video of this guy who like celebrates being a stay-at-home husband.
I can't wait.
Hold on, give me 1 second. Now my computer's acting hella slow for some strange reason.
That's all right, man. Take your time. Always holding it down.
I'm telling you, man.
Julius.
Your team. I gotta give me a whole staff to like work.
Yeah, you gotta find something. You gotta really consider what Trey's trying to tell you over there with these women. I'm thinking.
I know, right? I'm like, ladies, I need a staff. And no.
How else are you gonna find a staff? Some willing eager women?
No, just kidding. All right, so here's the video. This is the stay-at-home. Did I say dad or stay-at-home husband? Stay-at-home husband. My mistake.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. This guy here is the stay-at-home husband.
Very tough, guys. It's a day in the life of a stay-at-home husband. Time to check her misogyny at the door and buckle up. First thing I do is I make my wife some coffee after making the bed. Then I do my wife's laundry. When juggling your husbandly duties, it's essential to separate the Lulus from the dryer.
I fucking hate this.
The dog, because who else is going to do it? I assert my dominance over all I have left. Then I make my wife some breakfast. She likes her eggs air fried with a rice cake and peanut butter. Once the house is clean, my wife took me out on the town. Followed that in the patriarchy. I'm going to throw up.
I fucking hate it. Great edit, Julius.
I felt the same way. I felt the same way. I was like, no, but that's weird to me, man. I mean, but that's the thing. Like you said, Paulie, the epitome of what men are today. Well, not all, but a lot of men out there really are like that. Like that's what I mean. The whole happy wife, happy life thing. They go above and beyond to do things for her, but then you wonder, what does she do for him? Like, does she do anything? Does she massage him? Does she, like what does she do?
He's the woman in that relationship, man. It's very obvious. She wears the pants. Go ahead, Trey.
It's deep.
Unpack it for us. All
right, so, and unfortunately, in this society, and only in this society, I'm not speaking in nature because if that was speaking in nature, we all are correct with what we're feeling and saying. But unfortunately, in this society, he's picking up one of the best, one of two evils. And I say he's trying to pick the evil in which he feels he has the most control.
What do you mean one or two of the evils?
So I'll give you an example. One, he has to go outside and be feminine for a company or a man. Or he has to stay at home and be feminine for someone who he could have more of a say in things with.
Holy hell, man. Hot take.
Because being a beta male is advantageous in this society, I can see how men would be happy with that.
Wow. I never saw it that way.
But is it really making him happy?
I think that because he does not know his full potential as a male, he is perfectly content and his dopamine receptors are firing off.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I just think it's weird to me. It's just always just super weird that that's what I mean. Men get to a point where they think if I do this for her, she will compliment me or she will give me all that I need. But then in reality, he keeps going and he keeps going.
I mean, but listen. If he's married to her and she's making buku bucks and he's making zero and she decides to leave him,
he's going to get half of her alimony, right? Yeah, that's a fair. I never considered that.
Listen, it's advantageous to play the feminine role. This is why it's advantageous for women to stop being masculine and to just be feminine.
I mean, wow. he may get alimony, but then she plays victim. He hurt me.
No one's gonna believe that with that big masculine woman wearing the pants.
Yo, he will have to cheat on her. But 9 times out of 10,
he never would.
9 times out of 10, she would be the cheater.
Yeah.
So Trey, what when you say his dopamine's going off, what exactly in that situation would be doing that? What would be getting his dopamine going?
The same thing that gets your dopamine going when you done a nice day's work.
Wow, interesting, man.
No, that makes sense though, because when a husband does do that for how that guy's doing it for his wife, that does set off the pheromones, right? To that attractiveness, like I'm doing this for her, so he's gonna feel all those emotions towards her.
He's not only doing it for her though; he's doing it for himself. Like she took him straight out to some restaurant, splurging on him. He probably got fucked up. Who knows?
This is a hot take, dude.
You don't think that he paid for the bill? She might have took him out, but you think that he paid for the bill?
Good question.
This is what I will say about that. I think that if she was a true woman she would give him the money even to pay the bill, even if it was her money.
Ooh, interesting.
Okay.
Because why?
Wait, hold on. But that wouldn't emasculate him, though? She's like, here, take my money, pretend like you're paying for me. That's not gonna emasculate the dude?
No, because no, that's his wife. That is his money.
Okay. Oh, because her money is his money, and then is it his money? Is her money?
Once you get married, your financial situation is tied together.
Yeah. So you're saying give it to him so that he looks like the man of the family, like in front of people, or what's it for?
I mean, he is the man of the family. If someone came into the house, he would go downstairs and defend the family, not her.
Okay, so that's just like the gender role, so he should pay for it by her giving him the money to do so.
Yeah, like I personally think that he should have an account and all of her money be direct deposited to his account. That's what I personally think. But if it's not that situation where, you know, she's giving him all of her money or all of the money, she definitely needs to at least give him enough to take her out. He needs to have an allowance, just like she would expect an allowance if he was the one that was working. All I'm saying is, yes, it's the beta role to take. Okay? In this society, the beta males
Beta.
I love it, Trey. See, Trey just brought it home. He just said, in this society, beta males rule. Is that what you said?
Yeah, they reward you for being a beta male.
Wow.
Just like they reward women for being masculine.
Wow.
Well, I would no. That I would agree with that. I actually would agree with that because that actually makes sense. They reward men for being beta, and then reward females for being masculine. I mean, somebody made this a good point. I think I heard Sneeko was saying this on Fresh and Fit podcast. He was saying that, like Megan Thee Stallion, right? Like Stallion is like a male horse according to him. That's what Stallion is. So the fact that Megan Thee Stallion comes off very masculine. So we're her having that attitude again. Females be rewarded for being masculine. So, and matter of fact, you are correct about the men being rewarded for being beta males because if you want to take it this far, look at people like Harry Styles who wear dresses or Kate Cudi who wears a dress. And everybody's like, oh my God, he's expressing himself. He's in touch with his feminine side. And they reward that behavior. But yet you, Nick and I are just like, yeah, we ain't with all that. We get demonized for saying it. We're toxic because of it.
I know. You can't make it up.
Insane. I wanted to play this video real quick too.
Julius, real quick, is it too late to ask you to play the video I sent you in the DMs? Because I really want to get it. It's the halfway point of the show. It'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
So if it's not too much trouble, man, that'd be great. Or play yours now if you already had it queued up. But I really
No. It's all good. It's all good.
I'll set this up, guys. This is Julius and I talked about this beforehand. Honestly, I didn't think I still had a heart, really. You know what I mean? And this thing hurt my heart. Just seeing this little clip hurt my heart. Thanks to Nikki, if she's out there, for sending this to me.
Yeah. So, I do. This might be a little bit more of a touchy subject, but I just think this is deep. Now, I mean, look, I have my thoughts about it. I already know what probably might sound. Like, I'm not gonna even go there with the situation, but
let's watch it.
Yeah, we're watching it and give our take. So here's the video right here. This is a guy outside Planned Parenthood asking his girl not to abort.
Listen. Don't listen.
No, don't do it. Please don't kill our baby. Abby, why are you killing our baby? Abby.
Oh my gosh. They don't. It's not right.
Because I'm crying.
I'm such a good dad. I know, honey.
I'm such a good dad. I took care of her kids too. And the other guy she let back in her life doesn't even take care of his own kids. He's crying, man.
No matter what.
She's killing his kid right now. She's going and killing his kid right now. There's not a goddamn thing he can do about it.
So there's a little bit more to that video where he I don't know if maybe I must have said he said it, but he was basically saying that he was with the girl. I'm guessing with the single mom, and they ended up getting her pregnant. And then he was talking about how he takes care of her kids. And then she was like, he basically said that she brought back the dude that I'm guessing it was either the kid's father.
He said it again. He's like, I took care of her kids and she's getting back with the guy that didn't even take care of his own kids. He's crying, man.
Look,
Play it again, dude. Listen to this.
I
This guy crying, man. It's fucked up.
because I have something cynical about that. I'm not like, again, you know me, I'm pro-life to the T, but I'm just saying, as far as his situation, I'm a little bit more cynical with my opinion about it, but we'll get to that in just a second. So,
I can't wait to hear. I didn't expect Julius to be cynical about it.
All right, here we go.
Tell her to listen. Tell her to listen.
No, don't do it.
Don't kill our baby.
Oh my gosh. They don't. It's not right. It isn't right.
I'm such a good dad.
I know, honey.
I take care of her kids too, and the guy that she's let back in her life doesn't even take care of her damn kids. No matter what happens, Simon, you can.
Now, okay, so he did say it then. So, I mean, look, I'm not trying to be, again, I'm pro-life to the T. It's a very sad video. It really is. It actually hurts it really hurts to watch it. But when he said the line of, she let the guy back in, he doesn't even take care of his kids. I mean, why else should she let him in? Because he's sorry, but he's smashing, bro. Like that's the father of the kids, and he was baby dad number 2. She gonna let baby dad number 1 come in, especially if that, mind you, that guy's taking care of her kids. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but that tends to make a man a lot more beta if you just take them on right away without letting time between you and the girl to get to know each other to know if that's what you really want. Do you know what I mean? And so by him kind of being like, oh, you know, she's bringing her back in and he doesn't take care of his own kids and yada yada. Oh, we lost Nick again. He'll probably come back. But I think this is a situation that can happen when you get with a single mom and you get her pregnant. There's always the other guy leaning in the background because there's still that love for him. Now, mind you, this is not just me talking on top of the head. This is me from personal experience. I've seen this happen. I've dated single moms. I've seen the emotional connect with the original father. I've been there. You know what I mean? I try to make things work. I realize it may not, because the fact that he's always going to be there. You know what I mean? Like, he's always going to be in the background. So if he was, you know, not if he didn't put his foot down as much and was always the yes man in a relationship, that's why she brought the other dude back, because he wasn't a yes man. But then if she got mad at him, she had sex with the new guy, and to the point of he got her pregnant. But now she's at Planned Parenthood killing this baby, and that's the part that hurts me, is to hear him just, you know, don't kill our baby. It just that makes me really like.
That doesn't hurt me.
It hurts me though. I'm just saying it hurts me. It's hard to just. That's just me though.
My take when I see that, I see like exactly why she's there, and on top of that, it's like, and when you're at a certain level within yourself, you thank God for, you know, breaking the chains away from people who don't have your best interests. And although I am pro-life, I am not pro-choice. Although I am pro-life, and I'll repeat that, I am pro-life.
I know that to be true about you. I do know that.
I am not pro-choice. I'm going to say this. If that's what it takes to break the chain or the connection with someone who would do that to you, you need to take it as a blessing.
That's a hot take right there.
That is a hot take. That's an optimistic look on it, though, and I see what you're saying. There's nothing you can do about it.
Like, someone who would do that to you, though, do you really want to be connected?
That's the optimistic approach. That's a good point, man.
Yeah, you know,
see, he always brings these takes you'll never see coming, folks. But it hits home. It makes sense.
No, and I totally get what you're saying. And mind you, I'm not on board with her doing what she did and, you know, killing the baby. I'm not on board with that. But I know what you mean as far as her herself having that disconnect and kind of being like, okay, she did this. There's no point in him calling her and being like, can we still?
Like, if it was in his control, it'll be a different thing.
You know what?
If it's not in your control as a man, what the fuck are you crying about?
Good point.
Shut the fuck up.
Great point. Here's how you take it in your control. This is what I
Why
would
is
say.
this on YouTube right now?
I hear you, but dude, this is what I would say to her. I would say, hey, look, for real, if you're gonna kill my kid, I'm gonna kill you. So just birth that kid, and I'll take care of it. But if
See,
you kill him,
Nick got
I'm
the hottest
killing
take
you.
right there. Nick had the idea of like women who go kill their babies.
Don't
We
do
kill them,
that.
we're gonna kill them.
Don't do, you know,
That's a hot take.
After that, she can go right to the magistrate and be like, he threatened to kill me, and they go come and lock you up.
How can I prove that?
Yeah,
I mean, Nick,
if you go to them and fucking complain, I will kill you. They can't prove it. I won't be in jail. I will kill you.
yeah, but Nick,
too. Give me my kid. That's all I want. I'll take you away from full legal responsibility. You can sign your rights away, but you're not killing my kid.
But knowing how men get treated, bro, you do something like that, and then she goes to whoever the judge, whoever, are you gonna get?
I'll kill her before she gets there. I'll kill her before she gets to him. She won't leave this fucking backyard if she doesn't sign that right over to me that she's gonna have that kid and let me have him. How about that? Don't kill my kid. Man. I'll take it into my own hands. You make me be drastic. You make me be a savage about it. I'll do it. Don't kill my kid.
Hey, listen, bro.
Hot take.
Tell her. It's like this. First and foremostly, we shouldn't be having sex with women who are not on our same page, on our ideals, how we think.
But see, but that's the problem, Paulie. But that's the problem. A lot of men don't even me at one point. You don't know that. Matter of fact, I will argue. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I will argue most men don't know that until after they have sex, and because that sex was so good, they're like, I know she's bad, but the sex was good, and you're like all your friends telling you like the red flags. Your homies will tell you red flag this, red flag that. You're like, I know. But she give you some dome or the way she moans in bed, and that's the only thing you got, the best you got. Men will stay with that. They'll stay with her because it's the best that he has. So what is what I mean? Like
even if if she goggling dick, yeah, that's cool. But as a nigga or as a man, you gotta, influence her, have a plan for her, have something going where she could follow your way of life and your way of thinking and your way of everything. She needs to become the second you. You understand? And you can, if she's sucking you every day, I'm pretty sure she want to be the second you.
No, and you're absolutely right. But this is why I stress all the time, and I will argue Nick will too. I'm sorry for speaking for you, Nick, but I stress all the time that this is why men got to start taking care of themselves. Really get on your purpose. When I say on your purpose, I'm not talking about just get up, work, whatever the case. I'm talking about like really find something that gives you purpose to take care of yourself. Go to the gym. If you do have a job, work hard at that job to level up, or do your side hustle, work on that and level up. You will get the things that you will get in life if you put yourself first. I mean, always put God first, but I'm saying, to put yourself first as a man and really work on yourself, because you will get those things. But when men are out there messing around with females like this guy, at the Planned Parenthood, I'm sure he got with her thinking that she was an angel because, she's a mother, so she's taking care of her kids, so she must be the angel. But then in reality, he sees the devil right there in plain sight. So now he's in a position where he's.
I hate to have to kill a bitch to say I hate to have to threaten her with that shit, but man, I tell you what, you're not killing my kid.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna say I wouldn't want her to, but since I know that she has like a whole government behind her, and I don't really have nobody but me. I'm a chess player. I know when to retreat and I will know when to attack.
That's fair, Paul. I feel you.
And it's just like, at a certain point, you just got to understand that maybe this is God's twisted way of teaching you your lesson.
Yeah.
Like you should further vet people before you busting them.
That's fair, man. That's very fair. It's a great
perspective. That's before you, right?
I was gonna say, trust before you bust.
Trust before you bust. That should be the Age of Men T-shirt, Julius. We need to make T-shirts.
Well, that's a T-shirt. Trust before you bust. Ooh.
Yeah. Trust before. Hey, trademark, copyright. You heard it here first. Whoa, you heard it here first, bro. Trust before you bust. You heard it here first. Trust before you bust.
Hey, look, the best part about it, before you could be 3 letters. You get
Wait, you
it?
said what?
Before you could be 3 letters or 3 characters. Trust before you bust.
Ooh, trust and bust, and it just has before you in the middle of them. Yeah, great idea.
That's
I like
hard.
that.
That is hard. The Age of
Somebody
Men
said-
podcast. Trust before you bust.
Somebody said, I said on the back it says, "Believe no women or believe dead women." Wait, what does it say? Believe dead
That's
women?
my buddy from home. He always trolls me and calls me C3 and
On the back, believe dead women. Wow.
because I was gonna kill her because of my.
No woman. That's fucked up.
I don't even believe dead women, bro. I don't even believe dead women.
Nick said he's ready to load up.
I gotta do what I gotta do at that point. If you're gonna kill that baby of mine, I'm gonna have to kill you.
Yeah, I mean that's yeah, dude. I mean, I'm gonna get into that
I'm
whole
gonna do it
subject.
the way I get away with it too, bitch.
Yeah, I mean, because you gotta think, man. It's like we really do allow women to just get away with that. They get away with murder, bro. They can have sex on Monday and then get pregnant, whatever the case, and go to Planned Parenthood, kill a baby, and go to the club that Saturday, bro. It's like it's wild to me. They can just do that and then just act like it never happened. And then you got guys like this dude who's like crying on the curb, talking about how he's a good dad.
Beta.
He's one of them.
Hot take. Beta. He's a beta. He's the ultimate beta, actually. I didn't think about that at first, guys. I only had like a little bit of sympathy for him, but the more you make me realize, it's obvious. Like, again, like
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'll be the one who played quote unquote devil's advocate. It is hard to watch. It is because it's hard to watch a man act like such a no.
That would be hard to watch if I was a woman. I'd be like, how could she do this? He wanted to be a good dad.
Yeah, but it's, as I said earlier, it's as I said, that's the reason why she was bringing the other dude because he was not putting his foot down. She was walking all over him.
Giant hot take, man. This is a giant hot take from our.
And mind you, bro, I just thought about this. This is the reason why when we say men shouldn't cry in front of women. Well, now you know why, because she'll kill your baby.
Full circle. Awesome. Full circle.
I love when men cry in front of me. No, you don't. You hate that. You just love it.
If he cries in front of you.
Control. It's all about control. Cry in front of me. You know what? I don't do that. Really? I mean, you can always cry in front of me. Nah, I'm cool.
No, you can't say I don't cry. You always listen. I've learned with women. You always have to play neutral, and you're always gonna win. Don't be too left. Don't be too right. You know what I'm saying? Like basically, if you meet a woman, say for instance, you meet her either in person or even on a dating app, and she's like, so, you know, what are you here for? Like, what you looking for? The perfect thing to say is like, I'm just here. I'm just trying to see where it takes me. I'm not really looking for anything.
Amazing.
Even if you know exactly, you know what the fuck you're looking for. We all know what you're looking for. She knows what you're looking for. She just wants you to play with her in her delusion. So do it.
And I hear you, bro. I hear you. And it's just one of those things where it's like, I think there are men that do know how to do that. Like they know how to play the game. It's not that difficult because it's like when you say the whole delusion thing, basically it comes down to validation. They want validation. They want to be told certain things. But I understand
but they want it in a certain way because like if you come up and be like, God damn, them titties look good. They don't want that kind of validation, even though they do on the low.
Yeah, it depends, bro. It depends. It depends. Sometimes she may be into that. She's like, whoa, wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. Normally, you're not going to be successful with that kind of validation. You have to validate her slowly, and it's like opening up a little window. You know, it's this much, and then this much, and then this much, until you fuck, and the window closes back down like this.
No, understandable. I understand. I
It
mean,
starts over
yeah,
right after that. You got to open the window again. It goes. It's like a repeating pattern. You got to do it again, and then fuck. And then you got to open it again. Validation. Again. But it's like it never stops. It's a repeating cycle.
but see, this is why, like, when you ask women, that's why I like his complicated channel. When he asks women, he's like, "Do you want a man to tell you what you want to hear, or do you want a man to be honest?" And they'll say, "Oh, I want honesty." And he'll ask them, like, "Well, if a man takes you on a date, he says, I want to have sex. What do you say to that?" And then she'll respond like, "Well, I'm not really feeling that." He's like, "Well, isn't that honest?" So it's like you say you want honesty, but in reality, you want a man to tell you what you want to hear. And again, this is I'm not being mean by saying this. It's just that
Not really
that's
what
what
they
it
want
is.
to hear. You just gotta dance with them. You know what I mean?
Dance with them. That's a great way to put it.
It's
Yeah.
like
Well, I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Dancing is basically saying, tell them what they want to hear. Beat around the bush a little bit. You got.
I would say it like this: tell them what they want to hear when they've earned it. That's the key. You don't just validate them for no good reason ever.
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
like you don't go right in and tell her what she wants to hear. You go right in being neutral all the way around. She's not too pretty. She's not too ugly. Her ass is not too small and it's not too fat. It doesn't matter what kind of ass or titty she has. Like it's like
I'll fuck them off.
yeah, it's you have to behave in a manner that everything is neutral. It makes them feel very, very comfortable. And if you're too, oh my gosh, she's so fine, or if you're too, man, fuck these hoes, you never gonna win.
dude, I've seen dudes when I go down to the club to do my interviews. I see dudes, man. Like again, nothing wrong with looking at a female, but I see dudes break their neck and like just it's weird, man. It's like okay, I'll be out there and I'll see a guy he's like walking all like manly, right? And he'll see a chick walk past and he like breaks his neck and he starts like doing this thing. I'm like, why does he look like that? Like he went from this dude that was like macho, and now he like skipping to go try to talk to a chick. Like I'm watching the dude skip. Like why are you skipping, bro? Like imagine just me from like the outside looking in, and I'm watching you skip to go talk to her. You know what I'm trying to do? Imagine that a female like watching you do that.
You gotta understand that he might see more value in her than himself.
Right.
That's why he does this. But hear me out. I'll say this. If I'm walking and there's something that I see that I like, I'm gonna try to lock eyes. If we don't lock eyes, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna skip a beat, and I'm not gonna give a fuck that we didn't meet.
Yeah, that's how it should be though.
She's just not on your path. See, we got to think of our lives as men as a path. Like Zelda. Yeah. I used to love that game.
That was my favorite game ever, Trey. For real.
And we're on our path. We're on our journey. We have a destination that's predetermined no matter who comes into our life or who is in or out of our lives. That's how we have to look at ourselves. This is the age of men. Right?
You're right about that.
We got to know where we are and our destination, regardless of who comes in or out of our lives.
Facts.
And guess what? That's what attracts the women, I think. I'm quite convinced when you're on purpose like that's not pussy. Like you love pussy, don't get me wrong. But when your purpose can't be off-put by pussy, suddenly that's what will get you the pussy.
Yeah. It's weird how it works, but that is true.
Yeah, I mean that's always been the philosophy. It's like think less and then get more. If you think less about the vagina, you'll get more of it because she sees you. That's why I can't say this for sure, but I would argue that women who see me out there, they see a guy who's out there like trying to do something. You know what I mean? Like it's I got my ring light, my phone. I'm
trying to do something. It can't help but be sensed by them. So you're absolutely right about that. You're literally out there trying to do something.
Yeah, I'm not trying to like
different ways that they judge though. See,
right, no, but what I'm saying
was how fast you text them back. Little shit. It's the small shit that we usually don't realize.
Joy's got good answers for that.
I'm telling you, they are so petty. They're very tit for tat, and everything is a dance to them.
I mean, okay. Let me go ahead and ask you this: Do you think that it's fair to mirror what a woman does? So
no, don't do that.
Well, let me give you an example. So there was this chick I was talking to, and we would kind of go back and forth, and dating on and off. And then one day I hit her up to hang out, and she didn't hit me back for like 5 months. And I remember I was wearing at Six Flags, right? And then I was telling my homie, I was like, man, I had this one chick up, bro. She just now responding to me. He goes, really? I was like, it's been 5 months. He goes, 5 months? Dang, you gonna say something back? I was like, I will in 5 months. He started hella laughing, right? So I waited for like almost like 6 months to like talk to her. I responded back to her, but when I did that, she responded back hella quick, and it's been 6 months. So I'm not trying to say always mirror, like if she don't talk to you for 10 years, don't talk to her for 10 years. I'm not that at that point walk away, but I'm saying like I think sometimes when
you're showing her own behavior in that sense. You're not saying like be like the woman. You're saying like when she does something bad, show her how it feels.
Right. Well, yes and no, because like, okay, look, for example, if a woman, let's say you got this girl's number, you guys have been talking for a little while, and then let's say it's been a good month, you guys have been talking, you hung out like once or twice, and all of a sudden she just ghosts you. Like she ghosts you because obviously when she ghosts you, there's some other guy. That's just what it is. And so she's gone for like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, and then she hits you up and she's like, hey, not even like a phone call, just a hey, and then you respond back like within 30 minutes. She'll ghost you again because it's like you're waiting on the phone to talk to her
because
when you
you're
should be
stiff
doing
for her.
it.
Yeah, you're willing to, you're available for her at all times, and she senses that.
I'm gonna say, all right. So if it's like the first time, say I for instance, a girl give me her number, and then I hit her up, and then she don't hit me for 5-6 months back, and then she hits me up one day, I'll hit her back when I get if I'm free to hit her back. I'll hit her back immediately if I'm free to hit her back, because I want to know, like, is it because you were in a relationship? Were you dealing with a guy during that time? What took you so long to hit me up? I would want to communicate to her, and see what her answer would be. If she's like a guy, I was dealing with this dude, then I know that I'm in the best position. See, this is why the little friend zone and vetting stage is great for men. We're supposed to get in and get out really fast. This is why it's not bad to text a woman back fast, but it is back to you having a conversation through the whole entire day with a woman, and you know what I'm saying, it's no breaks in between. Like you showing her that she's more important than anything that you're doing. It's okay to have a conversation with a woman throughout the day, but you go an hour without talking, then another 2 hours without talking, and stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about. Like,
I don't disagree with you about responding back as far as like for example, let's say you meet a chick on Friday night and you get her number and then she texts you and let's say you respond back the next day. There's nothing wrong with that, but I will 100% agree with you on the fact that you shouldn't
even if she doesn't, even if she goes months without hitting you back, and then she hits you, that initial you talking to her, I feel like it is okay to respond to her and show her, by example, how to be and how to move, and when she.
But how long will you respond back though? Because this is where I probably would disagree with you because if let's say you guys were talking and it's been a month and all of a sudden she ghosted you, right? Let's say you were talking in May and then she ghosted you and then she hits you back up in September. And let's say it's like 12 o'clock in the afternoon and she goes, hey, do you respond back at 12:30? Or do you
respond back at 12:01? Hey, what happened to you, stranger? Where you been at? What happened? And because I would want her to immediately give an explanation to what why this happened. I would want to know personally. And
yeah, I wouldn't.
I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not saying that. Listen, I'm not saying that I would hit her straight back after she told me, like, oh, okay, well, let's hang out, and then I wouldn't be on that. But after that initial hit, I would want to know, and I would probably wait an hour or so before I responded to her, or you know what I'm saying, or I would be focused on something else anyways. You know what I'm saying, to where I couldn't, respond like that. He said Nick said he's gonna be right back.
Yeah, his phone's overheating, so Nick has to get one of those coolers. He has to get what I got. I got one of these little cooler things that you put on the back of your phone.
Oh yeah.
It's actually pretty good. It keeps your phone like really, really cool. I think the lowest it goes is like 13 degrees Celsius.
I don't know.
So
My phone don't be doing that shit. Neither one of my joints. I got the little 12.
you don't got a cooler?
Huh?
Yeah. Are you saying that your phone doesn't overheat?
Nah, I never really had that problem before.
It depends too. 'Cause if your phone, especially if your brightness is on, if your brightness is on while you're using your phone, it will overheat. But if you turn the brightness down, then it actually won't. Yeah, I think because your battery's being used while that light is brightened. So if you turn the light down, it actually won't overheat your phone. That's why whenever I'm out there doing my street interviews, I turn the brightness like all the way down so that it keeps it somewhat cool. So.
Okay.
And at least that's what I do because it helps out. Because mind you, on a side note, I'm walking an hour and a half from my house to downtown just to do content. And then what happens is once I get there, my phone's already at like 96%, maybe 94 sometimes. So I gotta like keep that there. So I have my brightness all the way down to keep that 94%. So when I'm out there, I can at least be out there for an hour. So by the time I'm done, it's at like maybe by 50% rather than like 20% because the brightness is on.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense.
But yeah, I mean, mind you, either way can work. Either response can work. Like you said,
Yeah,
it depends
I
on.
agree. I agree.
It depends on how you move. You know what I mean? I just always, for me, in my opinion, I would just say I always think it's in the best interest to kind of like to not respond so fast. Depending on who it is. If you know her like
if
that,
you're on your purpose,
different.
you're gonna have the same results regardless. So it don't matter for real.
So let me ask Trey a question here. Trey, I
Okay.
have this approach. I would love to hear your perspective on it. Tell me if I can improve this or if I'm wrong. I don't really text with women unless I'm like arranging a date or something like that. Just real short and sweet, like, hey, babe, you available this day, this time? Great, I'll see you there. Because I feel that texting, first of all, it does a couple things, but most importantly, it gives women plausible deniability. And what I mean by that is like they can be like, I didn't mean that, or you're taking it the wrong way, or whatever. They can say a lot of shit, a lot of crafty shit in a lot of different ways that you can't necessarily know how they mean it. And then also, you can't sense anybody's emotions, so it leaves room for misinterpretation. I just feel like it only makes things more complicated and possibly more worse if there's no good reason to do that. I'll always take a phone call and make time for you, but I just don't feel like text. I don't text. I don't think it does anything good.
So I'm gonna say this. I think that sending text messages back and forth to your girl or to a woman is normal. I think that you shouldn't be writing paragraphs. You should be short and sweet and be insinuating. So whether it's setting up a date or whether it's setting up your goal, you have a goal that she could serve the purpose to.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Point.
So you should always insinuate that. It's just like a child. If you want your child to clean his room, instead of forcing it, and you can't force your child to clean his room, just like we can't force women to do anything. You want to kind of insinuate, hey, it's kind of junky in here, Johnny. You want to just kind of so you can get the goal accomplished.
Okay. So when you say insinuate, where's the line between insinuating for productive things and insinuating to flirting with her, just wasting time doing that?
It's the same thing.
So you can insinuate to flirt too, like you can just flirt through text all day and that won't work against you?
It depends on how you do it.
Yeah. No, if you're flirting with her, it should only be during the friend zone or the friend phase, the validation phase, or the whatever you want to call it, the beginning phase where you show her that you're interested.
And then stop once you got her. Stop because it's not helping you at that point, or what? Or she hasn't.
Oh no. Once you get her, you got to keep it going. Whatever you're doing, you got to be the same guy. That's the whole situation. So that's why you don't want to be fake or show her to fake you, because whatever you do when you get her, you're gonna have to be that.
Yeah.
So there is no such thing as too much texting to flirt then, or anything like that. Like that's not giving her a lot of validation.
So I'll give you an example. I'm gonna pull out my phone real quick. So let's see. I'll read some right here. So this is a conversation from today, with a woman, a female who I'm currently vetting.
Okay.
And she says, this is from this morning. She says, "Are you up?" I wasn't, obviously. I woke up and said, "What are you doing today?" She said, "Morning. I'm trying to work on creating a few videos." I said, "Oh, that sounds nice. What kind of videos?"
I
I
was just
want you
thinking
to
that,
peep.
dude. What kind of videos? Yeah.
Listen, I
Right?
want you guys to peep the verbiage that I'm using and how quick my responses are, because it shows engagement, but not really. I don't really care what kind of video she's making, but asking the question, it kind of insinuates. You feel me? You have to
Yeah, I am
insinuate.
following. I am following. Okay, go on.
It
Go on.
insinuates that I care.
Right.
So I asked her about, I said, what kind of videos? She said, promotional videos for now, but eventually maybe something more creative, like short cinematic films that help, blah, 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 you know?
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
So look, watch this. I said, dope. What are you promoting? That's my
Perfect.
response.
You just ask leading questions, right? Just let them talk.
Well, that too. And also, it's like if you, I mean, it's an obvious thing. If you show interest, she will be interested. You see what I mean?
Just let
I
them
want you
talk.
guys
Yeah.
to see my responses compared to hers. Hers is in this color, mine is in blue.
That's how you do it, Julius. You've said the same thing on dates. You don't really like to necessarily answer, or you just.
She got a whole story. She's like, once upon a time.
Hey, wait, I want to get into this section. Watch this. Watch this. So after this section, you got what you doing today. That's what she said. I said a couple sessions, nothing else planned. She says, I love watching you in your element. It's very sexy. You know what I'm saying? Can you play the piano? I said, I actually teach the piano. She said, really? I never knew. Can I be one of your students? And sent me this gift.
Amazing.
Right? Now watch this.
I would have said,
she said,
I would have said, I can't
of
play the
course.
piano, but I can play the kitty like it's a guitar.
Look, I said, of course. Right? She said, so when's our first lesson? I said, sometime tonight.
Yeah.
Look, she said, I listen. I said, what you doing? She said, after sometime tonight, I waited. We both waited. I said, what you doing? She said, trying to figure out what to eat. I said, this dick.
Yeah.
You see that? This dick. You understand?
I hear you. Dude, I do the same thing. Honest to God, it's so crazy. The other night, I hung up on this chick because she's just kind of gets drunk and stoned and unreasonable to the point that, like, she's not even picking up when I'm flirting with her. She's, like, being combative and shit. And I've told her about it. I've explained. So I just hung up on her. I was done dealing with her. She calls me tonight. I didn't answer because I'm getting ready for the show. She calls again. I answer. And I'm like, hello. She's like, hi, is Nick there? I'm like, who's calling? And she just goes in and she's like, this girl that's really sorry because she's just been kind of like a huge bitch for no real reason. And he's great. And started explaining herself and just, and by the, I hope she's not watching right now. By the way, my boy that was in
She
the
was giving you
comment,
a sad story.
he was here listening to all this, like on the speaker. And I was just like, oh yeah, this is he. At the end of all of it, when she said all that, and like, so it was just flirtatious. And but long story short, like I don't hold. You should tell women exactly what your intentions are as a man. Now you could be friends or whatever, but let it be known, like if and when I get the opportunity, I'm taking it. I see you as more than a friend. You're a hot, sexy woman. Like I want to have relations with you, and
But
when the
once they
opportunity
say
presents
no,
itself, I'm going to.
yo, when a girl be like, oh no, not never. That's never gonna happen.
We'll see. I like a challenge. That's what I said.
Well, anytime a woman
Nah.
says,
I would at that point, I would not vet that person anymore. She would have to vet me.
Good point. If I can't win her over with a little bit more flirtation, that's exactly what happened. I hung up on that chick. Now she's trying to come at me.
Yeah, she's gonna have to vet me.
Yeah, don't simp to the pussy. That's what I told her. I was like, dude, there's no pussy in the world to me that is worth sacrificing my ideals for my integrity. No,
If I
you're
give you
being a
my
bitch.
time, my efforts, all of
Yeah.
this, and you still turn me down, once I shut you down, once it's gone out of my mind, you're gonna have to convince me, because now I know that once it's like if someone comes back, you're gonna be thinking, what's your fucking objective? Like, well, you don't fucking with me, you don't fuck with me for real. What is it?
Yeah.
Did I get more money now or something? Like,
He said, "You ain't with me shooting in the gym."
exactly. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't even if I shoot my shot and a woman tell me it'll never happen, she gonna have to chase me for it to happen, or it ain't gonna never happen.
I like that approach, bro.
See, when I was well, I tell personal stories. No, not when I was like doing the whole like Tinder thing. I remember like I was telling Nick, I used to have ways to get females and whatnot. I'm not. This isn't me trying to brag about what I did. I'm just saying like try to give men a perspective of how if they go this route, how they can get females if they wanted to go this route. I would use like dating apps. What I would do was I would just do one message a day. I was using the strategy, the alpha male strategies, doing one message a day, and it worked. Like it worked out just fine. And then by the end of the week, I would say, we should get a drink. When are you free? And then she would give me her phone number, and then once I got her phone number and she would text me on my phone, I keep the same energy I had on the dating app on the phone. So that way the next week, if she does text me, I'll respond back hours later on and maybe say, and she says, "Hey, how was your day today?" And it's like 12 o'clock. Wait till like 4 o'clock and just say, my day is going great. Have a good day or something like that. I hope you're having a productive day. And then by the end of the week, what's up?
The one text a day, what would they do in response? Would they text more than once a day, or would they make their one text a day more like
No, they would every single female that I did the one text a day thing, they would text back so fast. So let me give you an example. So let's say I swipe on a person and then I say, "Hey, how you doing? My name is Julius. What's your name?" And then she'll respond back hella fast. "My name is Lisa. How are you?" Rather than that same day text back, "Tuesday, I'm doing well. How are you?" or something like that. And then she'll respond back hella fast. And I go Wednesday. And then by the end of the week, we started talking. I'll ask some questions to get to know her. By the end of the week, I'll just say, we should get a drink. When are you free? And she'll like, "Oh, I'm free next week." Okay, cool. We should exchange numbers. And then we exchange numbers. And then the next week comes. Even if we don't talk, the date has still been set for the next week. So by I would say Thursday, I would hit her up and just say, "Hey, this is Julius. I was just wondering if you were still on for Saturday's date, just to confirm." And if she's down with it because she hasn't heard from you, now she's heard from you, then she'll say, "Oh yeah, I am free. What time?" When you plan it, if you say something like, "I don't know, what do you think?" She's gonna already know that you don't take the lead. But
no, you must take the lead. You must, as a man, I don't even ask my girl, where do you want to go for lunch? Because she always ends up being like, "I don't know." I'm just like, "Babe, you want to go here for lunch?" She's like, "Yeah."
Right. So if she says yes, I'm still down. I'll just say, "Okay, cool. Meet me at this place, this time. See you there." And then the date will happen. So
that's a great thing that makes me want to ask Trey. Trey, how does a man that is trying to bring about a successful polygamous relationship use dating apps to his advantage if he does at all?
Well, I think that dating apps, it helps you to set up dates. It doesn't really help you to get to know people. So if you say your pleasantries, and then you should be setting up a date. If the girl's going on a date or not going on a date, you shouldn't be talking to her. But when you date women, you hardly want to mention anything about you. And like I said, when they're asking questions about you, answer questions that make you feel kind of comfortable, like surface questions, and play the game neutral, because your main objective is to observe.
yeah,
You're
I would
observing
say
whether or not you can be real with this girl.
Okay, I like that.
Well, I would say, and correct me if I'm wrong, Paulie, too. And when people go on a date, I would say basically talk less and let her talk more, because if you start going on a whole rant about your life, you're just talking too much, and now you're telling her so much that there's nothing for her to be. Oh, there's no mystery to you. So if, for example, if she says something like, "Why do you use Tinder?" rather than give some long drawn out answer, you can just say, "Oh, I use it as a tool because I'm a very busy person."
Great. I'm going off camera because I'm overheating. I'm just going to be here, but I'll be off camera. I don't want my phone to do that again.
Nick, you gotta get a cooler.
I got to get a lot of shit, Julius. But go on, guys. Don't let me interrupt.
Yeah, no, but I would agree with Polly though. I mean, again, it's like you don't want to oversell yourself when you go on a date. First and foremost, like that's one thing you don't want to do. For any guy who's watching, you don't want to oversell yourself on a date because again, the more you talk, the less she knows about you. You want to keep that mystery up about you. So you want to just again be cool, be cordial. You know, just listen to her and just don't talk as much. Just shut the f up and that's it. You know what I mean? Have your drink, take a couple sips, and then if you guys want to hang out afterwards, make the move. If it doesn't work out and she rejects you, move on, bro.
I always say this: the vetting stage is the only stage where it's really acceptable for the male to play the feminine role.
Really?
Yeah.
By that you mean what? What's the feminine role?
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you don't mind
Basically,
explaining
shut
that.
up and listen.
Oh,
Okay. That's amazing.
I mean, yeah, basically what I was just saying, shut the F up.
Shut up.
Just shut the F up, be on a date, and don't do too much. Yeah.
You have to be agreeable, smile, be charming, do all of the things that, women do.
Yeah. I mean, now
Go ahead, Julius.
No, Nick, go ahead.
I was going to ask you, Paulie. So, a lot of people say that it's irresponsible to start a polygamous or pursue a polygamous relationship if you're not capable of financially taking care of the women. Do you agree with that or not?
I absolutely disagree with that. That's the most baloney shit I ever heard in my life. As if money was made before polygamy.
Good point. That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? It's like polygamy is an agreement. You don't need money to be in a monogamous relationship.
That's a good point, man. I gotta say, I'm glad I asked.
I mean, yeah. I don't know what to say that, but yeah. I was trying to say there's probably homeless people who got like a homeless dude who got multiple females.
Exactly. Like, I don't understand why people even mention money when they talk about relationships. They just
You want to know why?
They're greedy.
You want to know why? My theory is because women know that they want to buy things that what they meant to pay for them. So it's like, how can he afford to get me things and then get other women things?
It's so selfish and narcissistic.
Mind you, it's just a theory, a polygamy theory.
You're right. And here's the thing: if they're going to even consider sacrificing monogamy, they feel they need to be paid to do it. So therefore, you better have a bunch of money on deck. So if I'm going to share you with a bunch of other women, I get all of it. That's how they look at it.
That is crazy. That is real, though. That is real.
The only way I'll consider polygamy is if you're paying me a lot of money to do it.
That's sad, though.
It's prostitution, bro, when you really think about it.
I mean, that's kind of been the theory out there, though. Like when it comes to the dating, it's like if a man is taking you out to eat and then you guys end up having sex, isn't that essentially prostitution?
More or less, yeah. But that's relationships. I would argue. Call it a hot take.
I mean, if it's just like it depends because okay, I mean, it could turn into a relationship if you guys continue on, but if you meet and then all of a sudden the next week you guys go out to eat and then she expects the man to pay. I'll probably okay. He said, "Hold on," but yeah, if he takes her out to eat, she expects him to pay, and then he's whining and dining her, and then they go back to his house, whatever the case may be, and they end up doing it. I mean, didn't he essentially pay for the meal and her?
Well, that's a good hot take. Yeah,
he picked her up. He's putting in money for gas, putting in money for food, and then she rejects him after that and says, I gotta get going. Or if she stays, I'm not trying to say it is prostitution. I'm just saying some will theorize that it could be like that because the man's essentially paying to get into her pants.
Well, here's what the deal is. Men pay for dates to get in your pants. That's the ultimate end goal, is to have sex with you. And that's the reason we're willing to pay for dates up front and whatnot. Now, women, as I understand, and I've talked to a lot of women that have confirmed this for me, you kind of know if you want to have sex with a guy or not pretty much right away. Right
sure.
Away. But they have this arbitrary length that they put on, I got to be on a month or 10 dates. Or I think fucking idiot Steve Harvey says like 3 months or some shit like that. But they put this arbitrary length on it because they don't want to perceive themselves as prostitute. Or I don't know why. I don't know why really. They think the man is somehow going to value them more or something. But what I'm actually trying to get at is, ladies, a man like me, I'm not trying to be a dick when I say this at all. But if I'm paying a lot for dates and whatnot, I'm only going on but a few tops to find out whether you're going to have sex with me or not. After that, I'm moving on. I'm not going to keep paying money.
So
there he is.
He got a text message now. He got a text.
Yeah, you can tell he's coming back happy.
She texted him at, well, okay, so at my time it's 7:56. So she texted him at 7:55. He texted back at 7:56.
But hey, to his tenants, he held true.
Yeah,
gotta be quick.
He's a man of his word. I mean, so
there's another video you wanted to watch, right?
There is. So we got 10 minutes left, so I kind of want to kind of recap the whole stream, kind of just go over everything because we did bring poly on. So we had a discussion about polygamy and polyamorous relationships. To kind of recap. So for both of you guys, overall thoughts. What are your overall thoughts of, again, women who are just the common theme with the girl going to the gym and falsely accusing men of staring at them? What are you guys' overall thoughts on that? Like, cause I'm starting to see men retaliate by doing the same thing, but they're not so much trying to expose the women. They're just making these like satire videos where it's like, I was in the gym and she was staring at me. I feel so unsafe. Like there's men who are like doing that now. So do you guys think that men should retaliate in that way with satire, or what do you think should be the outcome if women continue to keep on doing this?
You're up, Trey.
Well, I don't have a problem with the satire at all. It's hilarious. I don't think it serves the purpose of a solution, though. I think the real solution is for men to approach that woman and give her exactly what she's crying out for.
Interesting.
Which is
attention, validation, and dick.
Hot take.
Interesting. All right.
Love it, bro. Honestly, I can't help but agree. Again, Trey might strike people hard to bear or controversial or some shit like that. But if you would actually like get out of your emotions and the initial like instinct you have to like revolt and realize like he's a smart guy that's coming at it from a like a convicted, purposeful, moral, even dare I say, like standpoint. He's not immoral or something like that. He does this and he has these beliefs for a serious reason. So if you gave him a chance, you might be more compelled by him than you realize.
Also, too, Polly, if you don't mind, I don't think you mentioned you're an artist too.
Oh yeah. I am.
You didn't mention that. I was like, wait a minute. He said all these things about himself, but he has fire music, folks. Don't let that face and that smile fool you. This man got skills.
Fire.
Thank y'all, bro. I appreciate that, man. Thank
you.
You
want to tell the folks about your music?
Huh?
Do you want to tell the folks about your music?
Y'all can find some of my music on YouTube at Dope Ass Trey, TRAE. All one word though. It ain't spaced out or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Is it AZZ or ASS?
It's ASS. Dope Ass Trey, exactly how it sound, how it's spelled. And I got like, I don't know, 4 or 5 videos or some shit like that. I'm really featured on a lot of other videos. I got maybe like 2 that's mine. But I don't really put a lot of my music out. I'm a what do you call it? A music therapist, if you will. So I do music for therapy, for my own personal therapy, and I actually record other people's music as well. And I do 1 free day every single week just for people to come and get their feelings out musically and serve as a therapeutic release, because that's what it really is. And it's not this industry that's made to, fuck our lives up.
That's incredible, bro. And I think you said to me before this, I hope you don't mind me telling people this, you don't want to be famous.
Absolutely not. I am not. Do not put me on no fucking pedestal. I'm not Andrew. I'm not gonna get. I don't want to get locked up. I don't want to get shot at, beaten, none of that shit. So I'm not famous. I'm the shadow guy behind the lights. I can control the lights or some shit, but I am not on the stage. Remember
said,
that.
I'm the guy who holds a microphone like this.
Yeah,
I'm innocent, Your Honor. I'm innocent.
I am innocent, hands off. I don't know what the fuck happened. You understand?
Right on, man. Yeah. So guys, go check him out. He's on Instagram. Polly, what is it? Polly 804? You said?
Polly 804 RVA.
Okay.
Fuck with me, Fendi.
And
Let me show you guys.
dope
check him
ass
out for
Trey, all
sure.
one word.
Oh yeah, dope ass Trey on YouTube. All one word.
Is it TRE?
TRAE.
TRAE.
Oh damn, I've
Okay.
always spelled it TRE like since I've known him. That's good to know. No, Trey, for real, man, you're my boy. Like, it's been a pleasure having you on, bro. I always learn something from you, man. You're always bringing some insight. And it's not even he's well rounded in his knowledge too. This guy's just got a lot of depth to him. No homo, but I'm glad he's my friend.
Thank you.
Nah,
bro.
it was definitely fun having you on, man.
You my friend. Hey, yo, I had a dope ass time here today on Age of Man podcast. Anytime y'all want to have me back, I'm here. Every single time.
Absolutely. We'll have you back for sure. Absolutely. Which we would love to do and have a bigger panel, because that's what I mean. I'll be honest. I told Nick this time and time again, but that's what I really want. I want like a big panel where it's like men and women, like because with StreamYard, when you do the unlimited access, you can have up to like 10 people. So imagine
Trey might be able to help us make that happen.
Listen, I can definitely make that happen, but I would suggest not having the women up.
No, well, I before. It's nice not to disagree.
When there's a group of guys and a group of women, what usually happens is confusion. Because some guy, unless the guys are really tight knit, some guys are gonna put on for the women, and we're not gonna get clear cut answers. We're gonna get delusional men, or not delusional men, but men who playing in the delusions while we're trying to fucking go live.
Well, as long as we can find people like us three, we'll be all right.
Us three and a panel of women would be dope.
Yeah, see, us three and a panel of women would be fucking dope. But us three with like 3 more guys and then 4 girls.
Good point.
We're gonna be everywhere. We're not gonna get our mission accomplished.
Good point.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna add too. Probably I was gonna say I really do appreciate you being on, man. And again, we'd love to have you on. Anytime you want to come back, just let us know. We'll get it going. Even if it's just us 3.
Every fucking time I can, bro.
Age of Man, baby.
You know what I'm saying? This is for the men.
It's a man's world. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, guys, I'm trying to get on as much as possible, man. These sound effects, I'm telling you, I'm a one-man army over here trying to get all this done. I'm telling you, if you had a soundboard, I could just press that button a lot easier, man. But
that's coming. We're making that happen.
Yeah. No, it was fun.
So we got a couple minutes left, man. Let's bring this home. Julius, you haven't got to wrap your final thoughts up yet.
I mean, look, man. Look, here's what I'll say. Okay, I know I don't have the most prolific, things out there, but listen, men, go to the gym. Please go to the gym. It's not even just to for workout things like that. It's clarity. It clears your mind. It's like healing, like how women have crystals and horoscopes for healing. We got the gym. I mean, like that's our clarification. Go to the gym. Stay on your grind. Make your money. Do your side hustle. Just take care of yourself. Get the sleep you need, and don't chase chase your dreams. Don't chase the genes. Remember, trust before you bust. So
bro. And don't let these women accuse you of staring at them. Don't let them catch you or accuse you of staring at them like that and put a video out of you.
Screw that. Even if you do stare at them, who cares?
No, if you're gonna do it egregiously and own it.
Is she hot? Is she hot, bro? And you like,
let them know.
Bro,
no, but what happens?
Bro, if anything, that should be a compliment. It's like, oh, she looks nice, huh? But see, here's what I gotta say about that. All right. See, I think women want the right guy to stare. They don't want any guy. They want the right guy to stare. They want that guy that they like to stare.
Bro, he wasn't even staring at her,
on
man. He was barely looking. She's full of
trust
shit.
me, it could be an
Right.
ugly guy. You could be ugly, big, fat, and all that stuff. If you connect with them in their eyes, they will start to feel empathy immediately. It's a part of the brain and the neocortex, and it's something that we can't help as human beings. If you want a woman, you look at her ass. Don't let her catch you looking at that. Let her catch you looking at her eyes.
Yeah.
And you'll have a better shot.
Eyes up here. Eyes up here. No. But yeah, so no, but all jokes aside, yeah, again, my overall thoughts is just like right here. Look, all the guys, if you guys go to the gym, just go to the gym, work out. If you see some female with her phone set up and things like that, just ignore it. Don't mind it. If you happen to glance away, it doesn't matter. You know what you're there for. People can't dictate your action. They don't have that dictation over you. So you're all right. Don't worry about it. Do this satire thing. Get her back easily. So if you guys like this video, do hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, do subscribe. Share this video out if you guys did like it. If you saw anything in this video you guys want to clip and post on social media, you guys can. Just make sure you tag all of our names. I'm going to put all our information down in the link below. Probably going to add your name too as well as a guest so people can know where to go and find you at. So we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Nick, do you have any last words at all?
My last words were, this was maybe my favorite, most fun show yet.
Definitely fun. Yeah, it was. We gotta do more of this. We need more of this. We need more comedy. We gotta start reacting to more and more videos to just laugh at and start roasting people. You know what we gotta do? The first hour should be trying to just get to know our guests. The second hour should be just roasting people, bro. Just
roast
watching
hour.
videos
I like that.
and roasting them.
All right, cool.
Exactly. Have a good roast hour, bro.
I would love that.
Bro. I'm so down with that. That's how we gotta get the females on so we can roast their Instagram.
No.
But we appreciate you guys. Again, God bless you guys. And again, shout out to Michelle. I don't know how long she's been streaming this for. I know she walked the whole show, partial. Either way, it helps out. We appreciate you. God bless you, Michelle. And all those
Julius, it looks like she's got 5 of our good people in there, our good friends, our homies. I won't put you guys on blast or nothing, but it's great to see you guys all watching over there, man. Michelle, you are the best.
Appreciate you guys. So God bless you guys. God bless your family. God bless America. God bless the world. Trey, thank you once again, man, for coming on the show. Again, shout out to you. So everybody go follow Trey. Make sure you guys go follow social media, all that good stuff. And we will see you guys on the next one. God bless. Have a good one.
Peace.